if you're at that point where you desperately need a change and you are done with survival jobs, like done with survival jobs, then this video is for you. First of all, you need to know what it is that you want to do. Now, if you don't even know what you want to do, just do a simple Google search. Just ask Google, what kind of jobs can I do that will actually pay me a lot of money and also be in demand in years to come? This was what I did. At the point when I had to do a second master's degree, I really did not know what I wanted to do. I knew I was tired of accounting and finance, but I didn't know what I wanted to get into. What helped me was a simple Google search. What is in demand right now? What will actually pay me a lot of money? And what kind of jobs can I do that even in years to come, I wouldn't be put out of job? And this Google search is what introduced me to the line of business analysis. I never knew what business analysis was prior to doing that Google search. I never knew that a role like that existed. All it took was for me to look for it on Google. So go and actually ask. Once you type that in, you will see a lot of articles. You can open it and see different people's thoughts and perspective. There might be a role that will stand out to you, and then you can do further research on that role to understand if it's something that you are capable of handling. That's really all it takes. You knowing what you want to do is the first step to you knowing how to come out of that survival job. So if you don't know, do your research to know. Go from unknown to known. Now, once you've actually identified what you want to do, you need to start to take those little steps to get to the point that you want to get to. Most times we know where we are headed, we just don't know how to get there. But the interesting thing about this thing is that sometimes the path to getting to your destination is unclear. But when you actually start to make that movement, the path starts to get clearer. But it will never get clearer if you don't make a move. In my case, I started a master's degree. I did a master's in business analytics. I read online that business analytics is projected to be in demand for the next few years to come, and most companies will want business analysts in their company and all of that. Okay, cool. I've gotten all this information, but I didn't know how to get there to become a business analyst. But what I did was to start from a master's degree. I did a master's degree in business analytics. But even while I was doing that course, I was struggling because it felt like I wasn't understanding what I was doing, but I was doing it anyways. At the time, I was actually working to pay my school fees for my master's degree. And then I was looking for a care job so that I can actually work and get some money to pay my fees. But what now happened was somebody saw my CV and she said I was doing a master's degree in business analytics, and that intrigued her. And then she called me to work for her. Now, me working for her, I realized that she was also a business analyst. And slowly, she started to involve me in things that she did, which actually opened my eyes and my mind to the world of business analysis, to try and understand the practical aspect of business analysis. Now, if I hadn't actually started that business analytics, I would have met this lady that made things clearer for me and literally taught me everything I need to know about being a business analyst. But actually taking the steps, doors started to open to the point that I now eventually got the job as a business analyst. Even if the rest of the journey is not clear, at least take your first step. Taking that first step unlocks the door to the next step, which unlocks the door to the next step until you get your destination. The next step would be for you to invest your time and energy into your own self-development. You might have heard this severally, but I don't want you to get tired of it because it is true. If you are trying to be a business analyst or whatever role that you are interested in, and it is required to be certified, why are you not certified yet? If you've done your research and they need certain tools and skills and you don't have it, why are you not learning those things? Why are you not creating time to improve yourself in such a way that you would give yourself the best chance of getting the result that you want? Why? If you don't invest your time and energy into your self-development, you'll be stuck in that survival job. And I know that that is not what you want. No matter how busy you are, create time for it. Even if it's just 1 hour a day, create time for it so that you can laugh at the end of the day. It might seem so tedious right now, but at the end of the day, you would smile. You would be happy because you took that step, because you made the effort. Even if this requires you reducing the hours that you're committing to your survival job, that is you investing time into your future. If you are uncomfortable with where you are right now, you need to do all you can do to get out of that spot, to get to a comfortable spot. If you don't do that, you would have yourself to blame and you would regret your actions eventually. Whatever you can achieve that is within your power, that can help you get that job that you want to get, you need to be willing to invest the time to get it, or else you'll be stuck where you are. If you can, I want you to seek guidance. Now, what does success look like for you? who is that person in that area or in that field that is doing what you want to do and has succeeded at that thing. Tap into that. Now, if you don't know what success looks like for you, look for it. Whether the person is on social media or you know the person physically, look for what success looks like for you and tap into it. If you don't understand what I mean is, let's say I want to be a business analyst. I had someone mentor me in that line. She was already a successful business analyst and had already achieved so much in that line of work. Letting her mentor me and show me the way, help me to understand what it is that is needed for me in the job market. It actually shortened the process for me and allowed me to achieve my results quickly. What it also did was that it motivated me so much. Anytime I get discouraged, I'm like, okay, she achieved this. It means that I can achieve it too. She's living the life that I want for myself. It means I can get it as well. So look for what success looks like for you. Tap into it. If you can, seek mentorship, seek guidance from the person. Let the person show you how they got to the point that they got to. You need to see that person's blueprint. Now, your own story might turn out differently from that person's story, but the person's blueprint can guide you in the right path. So look for what success looks like for you today and tap into it. Finally, give yourself a reasonable timeline. If this is a completely new field, or even if this is a field that reflects your background as a person, the fact that you've been away for that long or you're in a different country and you've been working on your survival job that it is far away from what you know, it is advised that you actually give yourself a reasonable timeline. What do I mean by this? You need time to invest in your self-development. You need time to take those courses. You need time to improve your skills. You need time to get certified. You need reasonable time. What this could look like for you is that in 6 months, I should have gotten certified. I should have learned all these tools. I should have gotten the training that I need. And then once I'm done and I feel like I'm ready to go, then I'll start applying for a job. And then once I start applying for a job, I can give myself 1 year to be able to secure a job. Breaking into a new space can take longer time than it should take. So give yourself a reasonable timeline to also minimize the level of a heartbreak in case if things does not come at the time that we would want it to come. And once you actually start applying for jobs, make sure that you're applying for the job in a smart way, in a way that reflects the current market, in a way that you are presenting quality applications to each employer and you're also sending your applications on time. If you need a video that breaks down how to apply for a job, check this video out. I went through all the details, all the steps to making sure that you are packaging your application properly before you hit send or before you hit apply. Being stuck in our survival jobs can be one of the most daunting things. Like, you might feel less of yourself, you might feel very unhappy, you might question yourself at different times. You might ask yourself, is this the reason why I left my home country to suffer this much, to do this kind of job that I'm doing that I don't even like, that I actually absolutely hate? It might feel like a lot, but with the right strategy, with the right effort, by investing the time and energy to actually make sure that you get to that point that you want to get to, you can get to that point. I was also stuck doing survival jobs when I started out in the UK. I worked in a warehouse. I worked in a care home. I worked in a clothing store. Like, what did I know do? I did quite a lot of things to get money. I found one online job. Like, I was surviving for a very long time. I think I was surviving for like 3 years straight. But did I come out of it? Yes, I did. Did it take some level of effort to come out? Yes, it did. Did it take me being focused, being determined and resilient to ensure that I get out of that survival job? Yes, it did. You too need to make that decision today that you are coming out of that survival job and you need to take the steps that are needed to actually bring you out of that survival job. Remember, it is called survival job. You want to actually progress from surviving to living, but you won't be able to progress if you don't invest your time and energy to making sure that you get to that point. I'm speaking to you today. You know what you have to do to get to that point, and you need to do it today. Thank you guys for watching. If you found this to be interesting, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, share, and comment, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.